there might be some common questions that runs through everyone's mind. Right now, you have all done you have set up the test case in OpenFOAM, and you've used the block meshing, created a simple 2D geometry, and meshed that as well. Divesh, if you want to show up your screen. But we're sure that you would have questions like, what if I have complex geometries or CAD model? So just to save Professor Janni's time, I'm sure since all of you must have thought about this, we just came up with a bunch of questions that you may have, like, what if you have complex geometries, or if you have a very complex CAD model, or if you want runtime refinement, if you have a turbine or a fan or some rotating parts, or the other thing is, what if you have a mesh created in other software? Is can that mesh be used in OpenFOAM? So the answer to all of this is, well, not yes, but yes. The answer to all of this is, all of this can be handled in OpenFOAM, and Divyesh can show you how these are addressed in OpenFOAM, and all the examples that Divyesh would be picking up and showing you come from our own repository. So cfd.fossee.in, we have about 80 plus case studies which have been submitted by students across India, and faculty members are welcome to contribute to. And we are using that to show you or demonstrate to you the capabilities within OpenFOAM with respect to complex geometries or runtime refinement. So, Divyesh, do you want to show them?
So I was saying that there was a question regarding CAD model, and some of you might already have questions on some other points as well. For example, this runtime refinement and rotating mesh, moving mesh, or I already have mesh and I just want to simulate it in the open form. How can I do that? So this kind of questions, we already have answer, and we already have case studies. We already have everything on our repository. So first thing is block mesh, right? So that you already tried today. You try to make a very simple geometry, a 2D channel, a cavity. Tomorrow also you will learn some more feature of this block mesh stick file. So block mesh stick is basically for the simple mesh. Now, what if I have a CAD model and I want to mesh it? For example, this Formula One racing car I have, I want to mesh it. How can I do that? I have this a huge INS Vikramaditya model. I want to mesh it. How can I do that? So for that we have case studies, and in that case studies we have explained that uh, you can actually create a CAD model. You can export it in the STL file format and go through few steps, and you will be able to mesh this kind of very complex geometries, and you can get the very refined and very fine mesh for the complex mesh as well. Now, other than that, sometimes we want to do a runtime refinement thing. So, what's the runtime refinement? For example, I have a multi-phase case in which, uh, let's say, a air bubble is growing in the column of a water. There I just want to make a very fine refinement at the surface, at the interface of that bubble. How can I do that? So we have adaptive mesh refinement facility that some of you might have heard from some other software or in the CFD concept. So that is also possible in the open form. Other than that, a very interesting moving mesh. So for the moving mesh, let's say I want to, I don't just want to run this a static mesh kind of simulation. I want to rotate this wheels of this Formula One racing car. Can I do that? Yeah, you can do that. I want to move this car forward, backward, or some way. Can I do that? Yeah, it's possible. Other than that, we have some of you says, okay, I I don't want to do mesh in the open form. Some other person or some other guy is providing me the mesh, and I just want to simulate it in the open form. For example, I have mesh from my professor or my friend from the ANSYS Fluent. I want to see how results change in the open form in ANSYS Fluent. I can do that as well. So here I have few examples more. For example, first thing I have here is a cylinder mesh imported. So this geometry unstructured mesh is imported from the Gmesh software. Now Gmesh is also a open source software that uses we can use it for just for the uh, a meshing purpose. So we mesh it there and we can import in the uh, open form. So that can be done. Now this another example. NACA 4410 aerofoil at 16-degree angle of attack. So this mesh is created using Salome. Now, Salome is also a open source software that used widely for different things, FEA and meshing and so many things. So yeah, if you are familiar with Salome, you can do mesh in that, and you can import in the ParaView. So that's possible. Now here, let's say I want to simulate a very complex Sukhoi Su-30 MKI or fighter jet. Can I do that? Yeah, Snappy Mesh will help you to do that. Now here, a draft tube mesh is imported using uh, imported from the ANSYS CFX. So that you can do as well from any commercial software as well. Other than that, as I was saying, moving mesh is also a curiosity of study. So here I have example of oscillating cylinder. So you mesh it and then you give some parameters. It's just one additional dictionary. You'll have to define that which face is moving. You give that those parameters and it will give you the results. So that's very easy in the open form. Other than that, I have AK-47. So this mesh, a 2D mesh, is imported from the ANSYS, and then the case study explain how you can calculate drag over this a bullet of this AK-47. So all these case studies basically are available on the cfd.fossee.in website. So you can also contribute to those case studies. Um Other than that, I have few more examples explained here, and all the links I'll provide you on the in the chat window. We will post a PDF link. You can download it. So these case studies you can download. Other than that, we have a lot more case studies, 80 plus, as Shweta ma'am was explaining. You can explore those, you can learn, and you can also contribute on this website. So student like you did all the case study, their names, their college name, everything is available, their information is there. So
Yeah, that's true. Their name, college, everything is available. Just to add to Divyesh, one of the biggest benefit of that to the students is that they get a certificate from us, and also they get honorarium. So they actually, the students actually get paid to submit these case studies, which act as which is beneficial to the larger community. So please find time to go through it.
right. So that's it. Then I'll post the link. Meanwhile, if you have any questions for me, I'm open to answer.
So if there are any more questions for Divyesh about these case studies, then do post it on the chat box. If not, we are now at 5:20, and I'm sure everyone must be anxious to wrap up today so that you can be fresh for tomorrow. For those of you who have gone through tutorial 3 and 4 today here, And if you still have questions or doubts or some things that you want to get answered, please join us for the optional session at 9:30 a.m. Now, for those of you who have not been unable to work on Spoken Tutorial 3 or 4 due to any reason, probably the installation wasn't done on time, or you probably took a lot, wanted some more time, or had to step away to take a call and couldn't finish on time, no problem. Please take a few minutes out. Each video is just 10 to 15 minutes long. So you can do this at your own pace at home tonight. And if you have any questions, again, physics based or otherwise, you can please join us at 9:30 a.m. for the optional session. And we'll be happy to help you with the questions. With that, we wrap up for the day. And if there are any other things, some of the questions I have noted them down. We will take them up tomorrow morning so that we can have our other friends also join us in for these questions. Thank you so much, Divyesh. I think Ashley is still tied up in the other room with installation help. So we hope to see you all at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you all once again. See you tomorrow.